My girlfriend of 6 years cheated on me. She blew a guy at a toilet of a bar. Since then, she has done everything right to try to fix it, but I just don't give a damn about any of it. My girlfriend and I, we are both 23 and we have been together for 6 years since we met in university. We were each other's first ever relationship / kiss / sexual relationship, etc. We've had a largely uneventful relationship. Many ups and some downs, but we worked through it as we grew up from being teens into young graduates / professionals. Last year around October, she cheated on me. I was in my final year of medical school. For 6 months prior, I was overseas for rotations. Then when I came back, I studied / crammed for a month for my final exams. During that time, our relationship was very strained, firstly by the distance and then by my exams. During the rough patch, she befriended her coworker in the pharmacy she works at. On the day she cheated, it was a couple days before my finals. We had a fight in the morning about me waking her up after I got in at 4 a.m. from the library. She said I was neglecting her and not considering her needs. I apologized for being so stressed out and not being a good boyfriend for the last few weeks. She said she was frustrated and we'd have a serious talk after her work. She went off to work, then decided to have drinks with her coworkers. She got drunk and ended up blowing one of the guys in the toilets of a bar. Halfway through the act, she freaked out and called a mutual friend who picked her up. She then immediately confessed to me what had happened the same night, and she was genuinely shaken / crying about the incident. At that point, I was just numb and frazzled from studying. I completely blocked all my feelings out and focused on my final studies. Since that night, she has been the perfect girlfriend. She resigned from her old work, which she really enjoyed, and became a waitress until she just recently landed a new pharmacy job. She completely cut contact with all her old pharmacy coworkers. She has given me 100% access to all her messages / phone / internet, etc. She always checks in with me about her whereabouts, even though I didn't ask for it. She always asks for my permission to go out, etc. She's hired her own counselor and has paid for couples therapy as well, which I've avoided for the past 6 months. She has been completely honest with me and answered all my questions. She has been cooking / cleaning / laundry, etc. for me. Bought me a bunch of new clothes, etc. Bought me tickets to go to Antarctica by myself in December as a graduation present. She has been completely understanding and tolerated me even when I was so cold to her initially after the discovery. She has been an absolute saint and has been trying her hardest to save the relationship. The problem is I just can't get myself to give a shit about any of it. When she first told me, I was numb to the whole thing. Since then, I haven't experienced any strong emotions. I just can't seem to give a F about it. I'm not angry at her, but when I see her, all I feel is disgust. I know rationally she is doing everything right and is being so understanding, but even then, I can't seem to muster any emotion from me other than disgust and indifference. She has tried to kiss me and have sex since the incident, and all I could manage so far are half-hearted hugs. I asked her not to come to my graduation, which really hurt her feelings, but she completely abided. Every time I reject her advances, I see her sadness, and that makes me feel sad as well, but I can't get myself motivated to move on from the incident. I know that time and therapy will help overcome my numbness, but I don't feel like doing it. I've already lessened in my disgust, but I feel that even if she was 100% faithful for the rest of our lives, this incident will always be in the back of my mind. Also, I feel relationships shouldn't be this hard this early on. If we're going to therapy to deal with guilt / resentment in our 20s, I can't imagine how bad our relationship will be when we are in our 30s with the stress of finances / kids, etc. I have discussed my feelings with girlfriend over the holidays. I've told her that I feel every other aspect of my life is fine. I've been getting into shape over the past 2 years. I've just started working as a doctor, which I absolutely love. I've got good apartment and new friends, etc. The only part of my life bringing me down is this relationship. However, she is unwilling to accept a breakup. She says she will always fight for us even if I don't want to. I've already moved out away from her, but she always stays over in my new apartment. I know I could easily just get her keys back and block her from my apartment, but I feel like that would be heartless after all the effort she has put in. I've discussed this with my friends, and most agree I should at least try and salvage the relationship. But even then, I still can't muster the willpower to actually try. I'm very happy to move on with my life, but I feel kind of guilty for not trying. So, my question is, should I try and save this relationship, which is what everyone in my rational part says, or go with my gut and move on? Edit number 1. One thing I forgot to mention. My girlfriend and I are both Indians, but she has a crazy conservative family. My girlfriend's family are a bunch of wackos that are well known for being conservative. 3 years ago, they tried to marry my girlfriend off in an arranged marriage. My girlfriend refused, and we revealed our relationship to them. We had been hiding it from our parents before. Her parents freaked and locked her up at home and threatened to take her back to India for bringing shame to their family or whatever. After a week, they calmed down after meeting me and my parents and realizing we were the same language group and caste. I was fair-skinned and I was in med school and other stupid bullshit. They wanted us to marry right away, but we said we'd marry in 3 years after I had completed my degree. They agreed to wait. Now they are pressuring us to set a date for marriage so they can do it in India with the extended family, etc. Now if I break up, my parents won't care, but her parents will probably go crazy again. I don't know what they'll do, but her mother is nuts about public image and the Indian community. She'll go crazy about the shame. Who knows what she'll do? Best comments. Sounds like she was selfish enough to do whatever she wants by cheating. Now she's doing whatever she wants again by ignoring your feelings and stating she'll be with you no matter what. How has she changed? That's true. I never thought of it like that, but what you've said makes sense. She wanted to F whoever she wanted before. Now that you're a doctor, she wants to cling to you. Brush her off. You can find your equal who won't be with you for your money/status and let her to deal you her crazy family. Update number 1, 5 days after the first post. Thanks for the advice, everyone. Several posts really hit home. Firstly, that she is being selfish by pushing to continue the relationship. Secondly, my feelings are justified even if my friends keep pushing for reconciliation. Thirdly, that breaking up is the way to go. Fourthly, that if I loved her, I would be able to forgive. Those words and some introspection got me to understand that the ambivalence I am feeling towards her is because I don't love her anymore. The moment she cheated is the moment when all my love was replaced with disgust, and I am just wasting both of our time. I realized the only reason I hadn't broken up with her was because I was being meek/lazy/going for the path with least resistance. Well, 2 days ago, I decided to man up and do the deed. I took the day off work. I called 3 mutual friends, and they came to my apartment to pack her stuff up. I then called her over to visit me after work. She had a half day. When she came over, I explained to her why I was breaking up and that I am giving back her stuff and the gifts she bought and will reimburse her for the Antarctica trip. I told her I don't love her anymore. All I feel is disgust, and it's been a few months. These feelings won't change, and the relationship is dead. She wailed and cried and said she'd do better for me to give her another chance. I am the only man for her. We are supposed to get married and have kids. Don't throw our future away, etc. Frankly, all her emotions had no effect on me. I just couldn't give a single F, which just confirmed my intuition was right. She started causing a scene, so my mutual friends escorted her out. She took her stuff, but left me her gifts and said she doesn't want my money. I told her to keep a no contact and lose my number and to give me back my house keys. We parted, and I thought that was that. As I said, her parents are crazy traditional Indians. My dad called me yesterday to tell me about the shenanigans my ex-girlfriend's parents pulled. After I broke up, she went to her parents' house. Ex-girlfriend, dad, and 2 brothers then stormed into my parents' house talking all sorts of trash about how I am a player/scumbag who ruined their daughter. How my family has no honor, and I have to marry their daughter if we were decent people, lol. They also threatened to ruin our reputation in the Indian community if they don't. My dad told them that I broke up with her due to cheating, not the other way around. My dad has proof and will tell the rest of the Indian community about their daughters whoring around if he hears anything negative about my family. They asked to see the proof, so my dad showed them the emails ex-girlfriend sent to me after her cheating, which I had forwarded to my brother for his advice. Ex-girlfriend's family apologized, asked us not to say anything, and then left. Today I got a couple of calls from mutual friends. Apparently, ex-girlfriend's parents are dragging ex-girlfriend back to India and will probably get her arranged married. Some of my friends suggested I reconcile to save her from this. I told them to shut up and stop trying to influence my love life. If they feel so bad about the situation, then they should go marry her before she gets taken to India. If they can't respect my feelings, then they should lose my number. Frankly, I couldn't care less about some of these mutual friends. I've made new friends at work, so I don't care if I lose some old friends over this breakup. Emotionally, these last 2 days have been fantastic. I've been busy at work and loving every moment of it. Even the crap parts when I had to do a rectal exam on some 60-year-old guy. It feels a weight has been lifted off of me. I'm going to focus on being single for the next year and just enjoy it. My parents are also glad I broke up. Apparently, they hated ex-girlfriend because she had no clue about her Indian background, couldn't speak the language, didn't know our history, etc. They've gotten off my back about marriage and said they wouldn't push for it for at least the next few years. Everything's coming up Millhouse. I just hope there are no more Bollywood-style shenanigans/drama from ex-girlfriend's parents. Thanks again for the advice. Hopefully, I won't be using this account ever again.